While this video doesn't provide us with any new information with regards to Kylie's case, it does, however, provide us still with some valuable information. And that is, being a panel discussion, with the way the discussion goes, this thoroughly highlights the strategies used by Meghan Cole to try and evade giving answers, to try and hide when she's done the wrong thing, and to try and manipulate the conversation when it starts going against her. It starts with one of the female panelists questioning Meghan, and Meghan squirming and doing her best and throwing in some major word salad, trying to avoid giving answers. And then a new panelist comes on board. And this panelist really seems to understand the kind of strategies that Meghan uses and understand her motivations. And I think it's worth just listening to him alone, because he really seems to nail Meghan.
Okay, look, Meghan, it's YouTube. This is not life. You can easily get off right now and never get on here again, and it won't matter. Your life still goes on outside of this.
I wish I could say that, but then I come on to do anything else on my YouTube and my face pops up and says, "Can we trust Meghan?" And I go, "Really?"
Okay.
She didn't even try to listen to what he was saying. He's there trying to tell her that YouTube's not real life, and you can just ignore the content and just get on with your life. It's not going to change anything in your everyday life. But no, she has to argue that point, because we know that for Meghan, it is all about her and all about proving herself right, or proving that she's not a liar. By the point that this panel discussion happened, Meghan seems to have completely forgot the reason why she got on to YouTube in the first place, and it has now morphed into her wanting to make herself look better.
So is it really affecting your life that bad to where you're stopping going to work? You're so emotionally, come on. Do you not go to your job? Do you not go out and get groceries? Do you not go to, really, this is internet. This is YouTube.
And it's a risk you take anytime you put any information out onto the internet.
I get it. I get what you're saying. I work by myself, so I don't have to check in with anybody, and I own my own business and I take care of myself. So that's a whole different. So that doesn't matter. It's not affecting my work. It's not affecting anything. I have been living my life, and that's when all this shit happens to me.
She's saying here that it is not affecting her in any way. He asked her about if it's affecting her work, or is it stopping her from going out and getting groceries, is it impacting her real life? And she's saying, no, it's not affecting me in any way. So to me, that is a really, really loud indication that for her it was all about getting the attention, getting heard, and being seen in a certain way. She chose not to walk away, not because she wanted to continue to stand up for Sammy or the other children, but because she wanted to make herself look good. She wanted to feel important, and she didn't like that, having inserted herself into all this, that people were questioning her. Ironically, had she actually chosen to pay attention during this conversation and got herself off the internet way back when this occurred, back in, I think, October or November of 22, then she wouldn't be still online and complaining about people talking about her. Sure, people would still be listening to her panel discussions and analysing them, but she's made herself look worse by continuing. And here she's admitting that she wanted to continue being online no matter how it was making her look. Because if you read between the lines of this conversation, that is exactly what she's saying here. She's addicted to the attention.
But you have to understand it, in some people's eyes, it may look like you did it for clout. I guess might be the word.
Because someone said because the lady that's in the video says that law enforcement dropped the ball and that they should be able to, the family should know, and that she was visibly upset about it. If you want me, like I said, I don't know how, I haven't even listened to what they put out. I haven't listened to the video since I took it. I don't know what it is. I don't really care. I just went in to say, why was there no 911 call made? And that's all I did, is because I was more doing it for myself. I wasn't doing it for anybody else.
Do you think that she didn't understand the meaning of clout? Or was it that she had her narrative interrupted and she wanted to get back to her narrative? Because straight away she changed the topic back to talking about the video she made. And she was saying she wanted to find out why a 911 call was not made. Now here's the irony in that. If she's saying that she went to this woman and made the video because she wanted to find out why a 911 call wasn't made, is she saying here that she's making a value judgment here, that why didn't this woman contact the authorities over what she saw? Because if she is, and that's the way it sounds to me, when you ask, well, why wasn't a 911 call made? Generally, that comes with the connotation of a 911 call should have been made. And admittedly, we know that she is also trying to save face here because she told the whole world that a 911 call was made. But she's not saying that she went to the woman to ask her about why she lied, supposedly, about making a 911 call. No, she's interested in knowing why the 911 call wasn't made. So there's different meaning to that. And that is so ironic when you consider that she made this recording, sat on it for a week, didn't give it to authorities, and then started handing it out like lollies to people on the internet. Now, the thing that she said that stood out big time was, I was doing it for myself. I wasn't doing it for anybody else. So here she is admitting that the sole purpose of making that video had nothing to do with Kylie, had nothing to do with whether or not a 911 call was actually made, or if Kylie's car actually went into the water. She was doing it to save face. That's not far off from being after clout, in my opinion. But it definitely, I think in this conversation, she really is showing her true colours here. She is openly admitting that for her it was all about her. It wasn't about Sammy. It wasn't about Kylie. It was about Meghan. And I think that's important because when you look at the things that she's said since then and the stories and lies that she's come up with about creators who have spoken about her since then show that she's willing to put aside truth for her own gain. So this calls into question the whole authenticity of the recording in the first place. It wouldn't be hard to fake a recording, and it seems like the motivation was definitely there.
So then
And why did you release it to the, was it 2 YouTubers that you did?
Because I don't know. They're the only ones that have been nice. They've been the ones that have been friendly to me and talked to me and told me and helped me. And they've been talking to me and standing up for me the whole time, and saying that she's not. I mean, my other thing was is that I knew that this was going to happen, and I said, because I don't know for a fact, I can't say anything. So I agree. And no one pushed me to say anything. I've gone back and forth between if I should put it out there, if I should not put it out there, and they're like, well, now we've said something, so we have to. And I'm like, well, I don't want to get in. I don't know if and everybody's asked if the FBI is here to my house. I've been waiting for the FBI to show up at my house. I've been waiting because I don't know that it's that bad or not good. I don't know. I'm just a person.
Oh, wow. Can I have some mayonnaise to go with that word salad? That has to be one of the most full-on cases of word salad from Meghan Cole that we've heard. She was caught out. So they've asked her, why did you release it to these 2 YouTubers? Now, that question was basically meant to be, why did you release this information on YouTube as opposed to releasing it or going to the authorities? Now, I don't know if it just took a while for Meghan to realise that that's what the question was, or if she was just doing her usual Meghan thing and scrabbling to try and save face. Because you can tell that she started off with saying, well, they were the only ones who were nice to me, so I gave it to them. But then she just gets herself into this full-on word salad, ending with that she was waiting for the FBI to turn up on her doorstep because she'd released this video. Well, then clearly she knows that she did the wrong thing. She knows that she shouldn't have given it to those YouTubers and should have actually given it to authorities. But she's been caught out, so she has to scrabble around and try and find a way of saving face and making herself look good. This is classic Meghan Cole. When she gets caught out, she just gets this major word salad going. And yes, I know that is a part of the ADHD, but it comes from anxiety caused by being caught out in a lie or in a half-truth. I believe there's one of 2 scenarios here. Now, if we think about her sounding so righteous about them not having made the 911 call, but then not passing on this audio to authorities, then that calls into question the authenticity of the audio, in which case she wouldn't be handing it over to authorities. If it is a fake recording, then she's not going to hand it over to authorities. So perhaps the word salad is because she can't admit that it's not real, that it's a staged recording. Or the other option is that she knows that she did the wrong thing. She knows that she should not have released it publicly and taken it to law enforcement, and she doesn't want to admit that she was in the wrong.
And what was the discussion with these 2 YouTubers when you sent it to them? That they could release it, or?
What do you mean?
You sent it to them. You obviously had a discussion. Did you give them permission to release that recording? Was that the plan? Obviously.
Well, they said that because I said, what?
If you could answer that question, Megan, that'd be great.
But why did I? What was the question, please?
What was the
Okay.
conversation when you released that tape to them? There was obviously intent to release it to them for it to get out.
Now, it's really not a difficult question that she's asking Meghan there. She asked her if she gave the YouTubers permission to release the audio. What happens? Long pause from Meghan. And then she has to ask her again about the question. And then there's still an and then she's like, what do you mean? Now, this wasn't a trick question. It was clear. It was concise. It couldn't be misinterpreted any other way. So her saying, pausing and asking, what do you mean, is a typical Meghan strategy of she knows that she's backed into a corner here. She can only give one answer because the answer is apparent to everyone. But by giving that answer, she makes herself look bad. So she asks, what do you mean? I think the value in this panel discussion definitely is that it shows us the many strategies that Meghan Cole uses when under pressure or in a discussion. And it shows us that she's not really as dumb as she tries to make people think. She is actually quite manipulative. Here, the conversation isn't going the way that she had intended, so she's using one of her favourite strategies of playing ignorant. She can't understand what is being asked of her.
No, what I said to her is I got this information and I don't know what to do with it. And I said, I'll send it to you. And then that's all it was, because I said, I don't know what to do with it.
But you wanted it out so that your name could be cleared and you weren't a liar.
Yes, but yes, I wanted my name to be cleared so I'm not a liar or a liar. But at the same point, I also know that that it was a tricky situation, because if I put it out and they said they were going to put it out, I was like, but I don't know if this girl wants to come forward. And if the law enforcement already knows, so what's the problem with putting it out?
So she's saying that she had this information that was supposedly relevant to Kylie's case, but she didn't know what to do with it. Well, hello? How many times while Kylie was missing were there tip lines mentioned? Were law enforcement begging for people to come forward with more information? I call bullshit on her saying that she didn't know what to do with it. If she genuinely was trying to do the right thing there, she would have given it to law enforcement. But no, instead she goes to YouTubers with the expectation that they will make it public. And this person on panel nails her for that specifically. But you wanted it out so that your name could be cleared. Even though she's already admitted this earlier, there's still a long pause because she's suddenly realising how bad she's making herself look. And she comes out with, yes, but. Anytime she gets caught out for saying or doing the wrong thing, there's always a but. There's always an excuse. And this time around, she comes out with a whole heap of garble, which doesn't really give any sort of excuse whatsoever, and then throws out, after bumbling a bit, well, if law enforcement already knows, what's the problem? So she's trying to absolve herself by saying that, well, it shouldn't matter that she didn't give it to law enforcement and that she gave it to YouTubers, because if law enforcement already knows, well, it doesn't come up to her to deal with it. It's a pretty piss poor excuse. And that's all it is. It's an excuse. This is classic Meghan strategy of being nailed for something and trying to deflect. So we're seeing a lot through this panel of the many, many strategies that Meghan uses. And I think when we go back and look at other panel discussions, this is going to be useful for us to understand where she's coming from and to perhaps find a little bit more truth in all the things that she says.
Hey, Modern Renaissance.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I had some of my subscribers talking about this and told me to come over here and check this out. Yeah, I've been listening probably the past, I would say 20 or 30 minutes, and I just got to be, I don't hold no punches.
Now, I'm going to let this guy run out. In other words, I'm going to let his whole thing of what he's saying just continue through, because he is so spot on in his assessment of Meghan. And I think it's really worth listening to what he has to say.
The worst thing you could be doing right now is being where you are right now.
Hey, now.
No, I'm talking to her. And I you know what I mean? Like, I'm just being honest. If all these things that are going on, the worst thing you can do is be on here. So I'm gonna try to explain this way. The reason why, like, whenever wait, you don't know where I'm going. You don't know where I'm going with this. Wait, hold on. One of the things that can happen is this: when the police arrest you, they tell you, you know the Miranda rights. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Yeah. Or anything you say on any of these YouTube channels or on these different panels, YouTube has an AI in there. It will stay up. They will be able to pull from anything right here. So let's just say later on, whenever if you happen to get investigated or happen to be questioned, if you tell them anything different than you said on any of these panels, they are going to use that against you. So my thing is this: if I know within myself that I did or did do nothing, I don't have to explain that to anybody. I don't owe it to anybody. So I'm not about to sit up here and tell a bunch of people behind a computer screen a bunch of words why I did or why I didn't do something, or I didn't. I don't have to explain it to anybody. Correct. So what I'm saying that for is there's no such thing when it comes to this cyber world of you trying to clear your name. Correct. Who are you trying to prove it to? Who is it? Would it be? Or I guess if people all left a clapping sign. I don't want you to think I'm being condescending or anything. It's just that I kind of deal in this realm a little bit. But what you don't want to do, and I'm just being honest. I know this is a panel right now.
That's what I'm asking, though. I guess because I'm ignorant in this aspect is that I don't know if I did any. I don't think I did. I have nothing to hide.
See again, right now, if I was an investigator, I say, wait a minute, what you mean you don't think that you did nothing wrong? You don't know? Okay. See what I'm saying? You can't. That's why I'm saying you know.
I'll clarify that.
But you've already said it, so now the internet has this out already. That's why I was trying to tell you, don't say too much, because you're going to end up saying something that they're going to absolutely. That's why they say it can and will be used against you.
Okay, everything is used against me at this point. The only thing I would say is that I recorded someone. That's the only thing that I would. That's the only thing that I'm concerned about.
See, even that right there. Did you have that? You recorded someone. You get their consent to do that? See, that's what I'm saying. Now you just got done confessing to all of us and all these folks watching on the internet that you recorded some.
That's what I said I've said before. At the time I didn't know anything about the law. I didn't. So I didn't know that there has to be. That's what we get to. And my phone does something strange every single time. It does something so weird. I don't even understand it. But
okay, I will butt in there. Enough with trying to use your phone for deflection. Your phone didn't make you contact those YouTubers and give them the illegally recorded conversation. Your phone didn't make you illegally record the conversation. And as Shan mentioned on her live stream yesterday, and I've seen the video myself, Meghan started recording and then hid her phone. All you see in this illegal recording is, yeah, you do see up her nostrils, and then the phone is hidden. So if it's a real recording, then it was an intentional recording. Carrying on about why you don't understand why your phone does these funny things has nothing to do with this current conversation, and it is just an attempt at deflection. It failed because this guy was like a dog with a bone.
It gets to the same point and it dies every time when I have the same conversation. I did not know that California is a two-party state. I did not know that. Now, I do have a question, and maybe someone can answer it. Is there a county line that matters on that?
Yes.
Because and that's why I wanted to ask the other person that's from here. I don't know if that's you. I can't pay attention to
It
everybody's
is. So technically speaking, anything, I'm trying to remember it exactly in my head. So basically one part of the railroad tracks in Truckee is Nevada
No,
County.
it goes right through Palisades because I'm at the bottom and my mom's at the top, and Placer and Nevada County go right through.
Well, the thing
And
is
it
going to
runs
come
through
down to it with that too. You know, that's not what you're saying right now. A court system is not going to care whether you knew it was wrong or right. Because ignorance to it,
to a state level. There's counties and there's state level.
They will let you know that just because you was ignorant of something like that does not actually constitute for you to do it, or nor is it going to actually kind of get you off. You know what I mean? Like you can travel through a certain area going the wrong. Hold on, wait. You see, I don't. You're getting ready to tell me the reasons why you did it. That's completely fine. But again, you're giving yourself away by saying that. That's what I'm trying to literally help you every time. Before you get ready to speak, really try to think, because I know you're going off of emotion and impulse right now. So that means a lot of when you get, let me tell you something. Physiologically, whenever you get worked up, whenever you get excited, whenever you get anxiety, a lot of blood leaves from the front of your brain. That's your frontal lobe. That's where you do a lot of your reasoning and thinking at, right? So what I'm saying that for is that's why I'm trying to say, just breathe. Don't say anything yet. Think first. Matter of fact, if you got a piece of paper, whatever your thoughts are going through your head, write it down right now. But every time you open your mouth and speak, you are.
This is my question. Because when I was 18.
You're not hearing nothing I'm saying, are you?
No, I am. I get it.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I'm going to end it there before this man gets really warmed up and really gets into it. Because I think for me to try and comment on his strategies and his questioning strategies is a bit ironic, because this guy is a master. So if you're wanting to hear the rest of this, I will put the timestamp underneath the link for the original video, and you can go and listen to the rest of this man nailing Meghan, basically. But he basically calls Meghan out for precisely what she's been doing, and that is she was doing all this for the attention, and she didn't want to shut up, even when he's recommending to her that she probably shouldn't continue to talk because she's putting herself in deep water. She still continues to try and interrupt him and to try and get her two bob in. And of course, he calls her out on that because he points out that if she genuinely was concerned about what people thought about her and wanting to create a good image of herself and not be in trouble with law enforcement, etc., that she would, in fact, zip it, which she just simply can't do. So go and listen to the rest of this. Like I said, I think it doesn't really need a commentary from me. I think it's worth listening to as a standalone. And it's also giving Purplexed a few extra views. Thank you for listening. I'm going to move on to something new. I think this is a good point to stop with this panel. Like I said, I'll leave the link and you can go and listen to the rest of it. There's quite a lengthy bit of this gentleman just completely nailing Meghan Cole, and I think it's worth listening to. But for me, this is where I will end my commentary. So thanks for listening. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. Please hit the like button and please leave a comment down below.